Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I've missed you so much, my god, has it been a while. So first of all, I am super sorry that it's been like 10, 11, 12 days, something like that, like almost 2 weeks. It feels like a lifetime, honestly. So much has happened in these 2 weeks. I think real life has just had me very busy lately. Like there's been a lot of school projects, then I've started, opening up the garden again because it's springtime. We've been looking at houses, all sorts of crazy stuff that I want to talk to you guys about. But first of all, we need to talk about this build, because this build is for one very particular person. It is for my dad. So my dad was one of my first subscribers and also a very big supporter of my channel. He watches basically all my videos, even though he watches them while he naps, or he looks away because he cannot handle watching me make what is in his opinion awful architectural choices. So let's just say he's also my first hater, and he will send me hate messages on my phone, like as a text, where he says that my bathrooms are pathetic and sad and he wants them to be bigger. So this build is for him, where all the bathrooms are full bedroom sized. Obviously, it's all in good fun and he means well, and I am not mad. I only think it's kind of funny, and I always read the text aloud to my boyfriend. Because me and my dad had very, very, very different styles, and also I'm not sure he really understands that I'm playing this as kind of like a game and I want to recreate like normal houses and stuff like that and make lived-in spaces and not necessarily like the most architectural, pristine, cool, amazing stuff. I just want to build a fun house. But it's very cute, and he has sent me some inspiration pictures, and I took one of those that I thought, okay, I can kind of build that in The Sims, and I went with it. So that's what this today is. It's a build that he kind of sent to me, inspired by a real house. I never really do those kind of builds where I take a picture of a real life house and recreate it in The Sims. And he also managed to get me a house that was absolutely huge, so I had kind of a hard time filling it up and furnishing it. Also with the rooms, because it all looked very like open floor plan in the pictures, but I needed those giant bathrooms somewhere, because again, he has this thing with bathrooms, they have to be huge, and so they are. Anyway, Dad, I hope you enjoy this one, and that this time you don't have to nap through it in order to be able to handle it. Okay, but speaking of houses, me and my boyfriend actually went to look at a house for the first time this week. And it was so much fun, because obviously the house itself was not great, and we're not going to even talk to the bank about buying that one, because it was like almost falling apart. There was like paper stuffed in the walls where the cracks were and stuff like that. It was very it's very fun, but I think we need something that's a little bit more manageable, considering our financial situation. Like, I'm studying and he's working, and right now he's the only one working, so I don't think we should dwell right into like such a money hungry project where you have to like remodel the entire house. But it was fun to look at, and it had this huge garden, and unfortunately at the pics, it looked very like flat, and like we had a huge garden all to ourselves, but then in real life it was actually on a hill, and you couldn't really access most of it without going like a super long way around, and that doesn't really mesh with what we want, because what we kind of want is to try to become kind of self-sustaining. Like, we want a few farm animals, and we want a big garden where we can grow all sorts of food and stuff like that. And then we kind of need to have quick access to those things. Like, we can't walk all the way around like 20,000 square meters of land in order to get to our cows. Like, that does not mesh well, and we need to be able to access this easily. But it was a gorgeous plot of land, and like the site and like the view from the house, it was so amazing and just spectacular. So I'm really like happy for the people who do find what they need in that house, because it has such tremendous potential. But now on next Tuesday, we're going to actually see another house, and I am really excited about that as well. So we do have some dreams about buying some of the houses that are in my family right now and have been in the past. My mom and dad, before they got divorced, they built a house together, and then they couldn't afford to keep it when they got divorced, because it was kind of a big house. And because it's a house that was like built with the hands of my parents and all their friends and my whole entire family, I kind of want to buy that back someday. And otherwise, I also kind of want to buy my grandparents' house because that is also actually in the exact same area, and it's huge and beautiful, and it also has a lot of that family history because it's my granddad and grandma who has been doing like all of the building on that one, so that is so cool. But it might be kind of a long while before we can either afford those houses or are able to buy them, because I know that my grandma and grandpa are not ready to leave that house. Like, it's on a big beautiful farm and they're not going to be leaving it anytime soon, which I'm really glad, you know. I'm so happy for them because this is their home and I'm not trying to pry it out of their hands. Like, but you know, if it ever happened so that they wanted to move out while we were in the market for a house, that's kind of the house that I want. But you know, it's kind of like, do I want to wait that out, or do we want to, you know, look at getting our dream house now? So we are kind of like starting to look a little bit, while also having in the back of our minds that there are some family houses from my family that we kind of also want to get. So, you know, obviously we only want to get one of them because we're not going to be having like lots of houses or anything like that. We're not those kind of people. But we definitely want just to buy our forever home. So when we actually get to buy a house someday, we're hopefully going to be staying in that house. Like, we don't want to like get a starter home and then, you know, move to another house and move again. Like, we want to start really making it our own, and, you know, getting some solar panels and some animals and cultivate the land and all those kind of like amazing, awesome things that you can do when you own. So yeah, that's kind of like the things that I've been dealing with recently. Like, I'm really excited about it. I really just love looking at houses and stuff like that, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, as you can tell, this house is really starting to come together. So it has 3 floors, like a basement kind of floor that has access to, you know, the backyard. They don't really have much of a backyard because I wanted to find a lot in The Sims where they could be kind of in like the forest and stuff like that, like the real house is. So I wasn't able to find a lot that was big enough to also have a garden. I'm sorry. But they have access to like the outside from down there. And that entire like downstairs floor is kind of like a entertaining kind of area. I'm feeling that the people who live in this house are super entertainers, have a lot of friends, and they also have like a guest bedroom down there. That's why I made that bedroom very like, not very personal, very just basic, you know, blue and whatever, some easy posters up and empty shelving and stuff like that, because it was kind of supposed to be like a guest bedroom and then also a huge bathroom down there. Then on the like main kind of floor we have a big open, you know, our kitchen and dining room and living area, and upstairs there's another more private living area and a bedroom more. And then obviously another bathroom on each of those floors, because we need those big bathrooms, otherwise my dad is going to tell me this is a pathetic build again. Anyway, it was really fun to try this different kind of build where I tried to recreate from a picture. I'm not sure I'm going to be doing it again very soon, unless my dad sends me another few inspiration houses, because, you know, I want him to be able to be happy and, you know, have some fun on this channel too. You guys can also always link me down in the comments to some houses that you'd like me to recreate in The Sims. Like, in general, I just love recreating things for other people, or just, you know, building what they want to see. So always let me know what kind of packs you want me to use, or, you know, what kind of style or anything. Send me pictures, do anything. I love it. I love to see it and I love to build it for you. As always, this is up on the gallery. My gallery ID is in the description down below. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your patience. Don't forget all that liking, subscribing, all that jazz. We're already at like 210 subscribers, which is absolutely insane that you guys are still coming and joining us. But thank you so much. It really means the world to me. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!